As we came into the weekend, the Cardinals were going down this huge downward spiral. Losing 6 straight games, getting swept by the Brewers, disappointing. But the Nationals? Really? And to top that off, what if the Royals did the same? That would be downright embarrassing. But luckily, that didn't happen. While there was a lot of festivities and excitement on and off the field, the Cardinals' turnaround came at a price. More about that next. Cards take 2 out of 3 from the Kansas City Royals. Starting with Friday night, they lose 5-4, extending their losing streak to 7. What is the deal with Chris Carpenter this year? He either pitches decent, but gets no run support, or he just totally falls apart. And he got off to a rough start in this one. He gave up 3 straight singles to Melky Cabrera, Eric Hosmer, and Jeff Francoeur in the first inning to fall 1-0. Another 3-hit second inning led to a couple more runs. It was capped off by a 2-run single by Alex Gordon, scoring Chris Getz and Alcides Escobar. Cardinals are now down 3-0. Luckily, their starter, Felipe Paulino, got into a little bit of trouble himself in the 4th. With 2 out, he walks Skip Schumacher, John Jay singles, and Albert Pujols walks to load the bases. Paulino hits Matt Holliday with a pitch to score the forced run. From there, Viva Elvis! Lance Berkman comes through, gets that bases-clearing double, and for the first time in 3 games, the Cardinals are actually winning! Till the top of the 5th. This one, we literally hand it to them. With 1 out, Chris Getz hits a grounder to Albert Pujols. Nobody's there to cover first. Ball gets away, and Getz is on second. Alcides Escobar singles him to third. Then, with the 2nd screw-up of the night, Paulino bunts. The right move would have been for catcher Tony Cruz to look Getz back to third and throw to first for the guaranteed out. Instead, he throws to second to try to get the force. Tyler Green isn't close to the base. He throws back to the catcher, leading with his back foot. Nonetheless, Getz scores to tie things up. Some higher-ups can't seem to realize that Tyler Green has really no use at the big league level at all. And it appeared somebody in the Cardinal organization agreed with me. After the game, Green, along with Mark Hamilton, were sent back to Memphis. I think it's a safe bet that Tyler Green won't be missed. You know, there's this one sports radio personality in St. Louis who likes to keep score on how many times the decisions made by Cardinal manager Tony La Russa have cost the team games. Leaving Chris Carpenter in the game to pitch the 8th inning after throwing 109 pitches would be one of those instances. Now, I'm not sure if this was because he wanted him to stay out there long enough for the Cardinal hitters to muster something up so he could get the win, or perhaps his faith in the bullpen is just about 0. Either way, this is an uncharacteristic move, since he is way more obsessed with pitch counts than anyone else in baseball. And it cost him dearly. Carp walks Mike Moustakas to start the inning, is moved over to second on a sac bunt by Matt Trainer. He gets Getz to line out for out number 2. He would have had the 3rd out and gotten out of the inning had Pujols been able to hold on to a grounder by Escobar. But he doesn't. The ball goes to right field. Getz scores what is ultimately the game winner. Carp loses his 7th, and the Cardinals also drop their 7th in a row. A great way to celebrate your 2,500th Cardinals game managed, huh, La Genius? Saturday night. Another close one. It might have been the Sox. Something about cutting the cake. Lou Brock's birthday. The 9th anniversary of both Jack Buck's passing and Darryl Keunnel's final start. Or even having the pitcher bat 8th. Okay, it wasn't that last option. But nonetheless, time to toss out that seat cushion. The Cardinals actually won a game! They actually came back to win this one 5-4. Actually, it was kind of disappointing on the Cardinals' part, since the Royals started Vin Mazzaro as their pitcher. You may remember him. He was the one who literally got thrown under the bus. He came in to pitch against the Cleveland Indians a month ago, gives up a bazillion runs, is left out there for a couple more innings, and was immediately sent back to AAA. Way to build confidence, isn't it? And this is the team that's taken it all in 2015. Not if the Mayans have anything to do with it. Nonetheless, the Cards get to him early. Ryan Theriot doubles to lead off the first, and scores on a sac fly by Colby Rasmus for the first run. It didn't take long for Kansas City to bounce back. With 2 outs in the second, Jake Westbrook gives up a couple hits to Getz and Trainer. Escobar, who got the game winner on Friday, hit a 2-run triple to give them the lead. But that would be short-lived as well. Berkman and Molina each get hits, and Daniel Descalso gets that sac fly to tie things up. Might have been a bigger rally if somebody wouldn't have fallen asleep at second. Yeah, Yachty, I'm talking to you. They would get the lead back on a deep double to left center by Albert Pujols, which scored Skip Schumacher from first in the 3rd inning. But Trainer would homer in the 4th to tie things up again. And for the 2nd night in a row, La Russa leaves his starter out there to pitch another inning beyond 100 pitches. Westbrook entered the 7th with 103 of them, and like Carp the night before, he gets the first 2 out, then gives up the go-ahead run. Unlike Carp, all he could blame it on was his sinker. Alex Gordon goes yard, and the Royals were up 4-3. It looked like we were going to lose our 8th straight. Except we get to the bottom of the 8th. Colby Rasmus leads off with a single, then advances to second on a grounder by Pujols. They actually had the hit and run on. Good thing too, which led to Matt Holliday becoming the hero once again. Wearing the high socks and red shandies pants, he gets the home run to dead center field. Cards are up 5-4. Salas comes in the 9th, shuts them down in order, gets his 12th save, and the streak is finally over. And that leads to Sunday, Father's Day. They won it in walk-off fashion. Or should I say, skip-off fashion. Either way, they win it 5-4. This was another one of those back-and-forth kind of games, except the Royals didn't jump out with the late lead like the past 2 nights. But they did jump out first, in the 1st inning with a Billy Butler base hit, scoring Melky Cabrera, who gets on after a rare fielding error by Descalso. Royals starter Chris Duffy would load the bases for Andrew Brown, who in turn gets a 2-run double, giving the Cards the lead. Alex Gordon ties it up with an RBI hit, scoring Getz in the 2nd. It stays tied till the 5th, when Pujols homers to left, his 17th of the year for the 3-2 lead. Then, in the 6th, the unthinkable happens. Wilson Bettany hits a grounder to Pete Cosma, whose throw is slightly off. Pujols has to retrieve it on the bounce, in the base path. Bettany collides with the left side of the Mang. He left the game with a sore shoulder and a small fracture in his wrist. Unfortunately, that's going to put him on the shelf for the next 4 to 6 weeks. With him out of the game, Bettany is on first. He'll eventually score on an RBI bunt by Escobar to tie it up yet again. In the bottom of the inning, Skip Schumacher enters the game to pinch hit for Mitchell Boggs. He gets the go-ahead hit scoring Brown. And that leads us into the 9th. Fernando Salas comes in to attempt his 13th save of the year. That goes quickly out the window as Escobar homers to left to once again tie it all up at 4. Talk about someone who stuck it to us. Alcides Escobar went 6 for 11 this weekend, with a homer along with 3 runs and 4 RBIs. But in the bottom of the 9th, Schumacher comes through again. Home run to right field, game over. And in what's now a 4-team race, the Cardinals improved to 40-33 on the year. Meanwhile, the Brewers dropped 2 out of 3 to the Red Sox, moving the Cardinals into a tie for first place once again. While the Brew Crew continued their interleague play against the Tampa Bay Rays, the Cardinals go back to the same old NL matchup. Only thing, it's against the National League East leading Philadelphia Phillies. This is going to be an uphill battle. First, we have to face their big 3 in Roy Halladay, Cliff Lee, and Roy Oswalt. And second, unlike the last time they were in town. We'll have to deal with a healthy Chase Utley and Shane Victorino in their lineup. Speaking of injuries, here's my question of the day. How will Albert Pujols' wrist injury affect the team? Let me know what you think. Submit your answers, comments, questions, responses, or anything else in the comment box below. Subscribe on YouTube, follow me on Twitter, and don't forget to check out www.i70baseball.com. As you know, the Cardinals and the Royals raised money this weekend for the tornado victims in Joplin, Missouri. For more information on how you can help, go to cardinals.com/Joplin. You can also buy those cool patches both teams wore this weekend. And as I said, the Phillies come to town for 3 starting tomorrow night. I might need a lot more of these things to get through it. Have a great week, and go Cards!